Hi, we're going to move on now and apply the inversion concept to triads. Before we do, let's review our 4 triads very quickly. In the key of C, we have C major, C minor, C diminished, and C augmented. Now in a C major triad, we have a major third with a minor third sitting on top of it. There's another interval in here, a perfect fifth, from the outside 2 voices. If we play a minor triad, it's just the opposite. We have a minor third on the bottom, major third on the top. The outer voices remain a fifth. In a diminished triad, we have a minor third stacked on a minor third, and the outer voicing is a tritone. An augmented triad has a major third stacked on a major third, and the outside voice is an augmented fifth, or sharp 5. So the augmented and diminished are kind of unique because they have major 2 intervals of identical nature stacked on top of each other. In the augmented case, major thirds on major thirds, and in the diminished case, minor on minor. In the major triad, we have a minor on a major and a major on a minor. Now this is just in closed position. Closed position means that the span of everything is less than it's all contained within an octave. So on to the major chord inversion. We're just going to deal with majors in this session. We'll get on and look at others in future sessions. When a major triad is voiced from root, third, fifth, it's said to be in root position. First inversion is when you go up and play the next sets of 3 notes, and the third is on the bottom. So it's 3, 5, 1, or C sharp, E, and A. Second inversion is when the fifth is on the bottom. Now in second, so you have 5, 1, 3, or E, A, C sharp. Notice we have a new interval in here. We have a perfect fourth. So in second inversion, this in closed position now, we have a major third sitting on a perfect fourth. In first inversion, we have a perfect fourth sitting on a minor third. And of course, in root position, we have a minor third sitting on a major. Okay, now we could play these in other places. We could play the first inversion here. We could play the second inversion up here. We could play root position here. First inversion, second inversion. So an easy way to kind of get through all these different shapes is to orient to the lower 4 strings, root position, first inversion, second inversion, with a focus on each one of them. Let's try that real quick. Root position, A, with a root on the 6th string. Root position, D, with a D on the 6th string, 1, 3, 5. Next would be G, 1, 3, 5, orienting from the 4th string. 1, 3, 5, C major triad from the 3rd string. G, D, and A. Let's switch to E. This would be E triad in first inversion. The 3rd, G sharp, is on the bottom, 5th in the middle, the root's on top. We orient to the 5th string. We have A, 3, 5, 1. If we go to the 4th string, 3, 5, 1, a D major triad, F sharp, A, D. And if we go to the first, the highest set of strings, G, 3, 5, 1. So G, F, A, and E. If we stay in E and go up to second inversion, we need to put a B on the bottom. Here's a B. 5, 1, 3, then an A. I think an A. Sorry, it was off there. Let's go back. B, triad, second inversion, B, E, G sharp. Okay, from the orientation on the 5th string, A, 5, 1, 3. Next is D, 5, 1, 3. Next is G, 5, 1, 3. Okay, now let's look at each one of these on the various string sets to see them in yet another perspective. Let's take the highest three strings, root position. Okay, first inversion. Second inversion. Now let's go into this set of three strings, root position. First inversion. Third is on the bottom. Second inversion. Okay, let's go to the next set of three. Root position. First inversion. Second inversion with a fifth on the bottom. This string set's the same. Root position. First inversion. Second inversion. So we're all dealing in closed form, closed position within one octave. We have three types: root position, first inversion with three on the bottom, the third, second inversion with the fifth on the bottom. Let's look at how we can apply this a little bit, because this really gives you a great deal of freedom now in voice leading, making chords melt into one another with very tight movement between the voices instead of having blocky movements. I just know my one grip for C, my one grip for F, my one grip for G, that type of thing. Let's take the three chords in the key of C. Let's play C, for instance, in first inversion. Then let's play F. Let's play G. Those are the three chords in the three major chords in the key of C. Let's see if we can keep that progression, go up on the string set, not let anything get in our way, and you'll see how the power of the inversions now enables you to take command of the line. So C, F, G, C, F, first inversion, G, C root position, F, G. So you could see how smooth the voice leading was and all that. And I could go straight up the neck of the guitar, have one voice melt into the next one through the knowledge of the inversions. Let's try that on the first string set. F, G, C, root position, F, second inversion, G, second inversion, C, F, G, C. Okay, let's try that here. F. This is from the Orient, or let's see, did we do that? Yeah, we did that one. So let's do for F. This is second inversion. G. The next chord has to be C. Next chord has to be F. Next chord has to be G. C. F. If I could reach it, G. Okay, but I think you can see the power of these inversions now is they allow you to smoothly voice chord progressions with what's called very smooth voice leading, and you're not locked by just playing your C chord here or here and here and here or wherever you know it and have this blocky type movement. That's okay sometimes. Sometimes you might want that. But a lot of times this really tight is where it's at. Now the other thing you should do with your inversions is try to play them and get the sound of them in your ear. In other words, the root position triad is going to sound different than first inversion versus second inversion. You'll probably hear songs out of the different inversions. Play around with them, but what you really want to do is you want to be able to hear a triad and be able to tell, oh yeah, that's a major triad, and I can hear that it's in first inversion or root position or second inversion, whatever it happens to be. We'll come back and we'll look at an exercise to get this even more ingrained. I know I threw a lot at you, so you might have to go back and tear it apart a little, but this is I think will get you off and running and give you quite a bit to work on.